Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Riley.
And welcome to the next episode of That One Podcast.
Today, we're joined by Adam Crouch, who is the man behind Crouch's Meat Company, which a lot of you have probably seen out in the community at the county fair and the pork festival. We talk about how he started the business, what they're doing now from the catering standpoint, and just a great conversation about his faith and how he's instilled that in the business that he runs today on the side. So great conversation and really good insight into Crouch's Meat Company.
All right, let's get into the next episode.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
we're excited to have you on the podcast and talk all things Crouch's Meat. I know your meat has become a staple in the Tipton community, so we're excited to talk about the backstory and talk about you in general and the business and everything Tipton. So to start out, let's dive into your background and just tell us, for those who don't know, what Crouch's Meat is and how it got started and how you got involved and wanted to take that adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2016 is when we got the trailer. That's kind of where it all started. So I ran to Texas with a friend that had the trailer. His family had the trailer. And with that trailer came their pork loin that they were so known for. Mm-hmm. And actually the livestock boosters in the county borrowed the trailer quite a few times, and had it at the county fair and had that pork loin with the legendary Southwest wrap that was in there too. Yeah. So that came along with the trailer. And then after that, though, that was in 2016. We got it in June of 2016, and then the county fair was the next month. So that was our start, I guess, to it all. Yeah. So and then all the way till today. So so that's the trailer portion of it, I guess.
Yeah. So how did you know you always wanted to get into something like this, or did it kind of just the opportunity came up and you ran with it? Or
the opportunity kind of came up, and it is 100% a side hustle. So I do have a full-time job. I do work from home, so I can kind of manage some things how we need to manage them. Like I say, bought it from a coworker that he had the same job that I had, and his family was running it as well. Just said, hey, Dad just potentially thinking about selling it. He didn't know how much his dad was wanting for the trailer, and the grills and things didn't come with it. It was just the trailer that came with it. So Jen and I went over to Muncie and visited with him, and so it all ended from there, I guess, or started from there. Anyway.
Yeah. So what did those early days look like when you were just starting out? Like, what were the challenges that, I think everybody who starts a business always has a passion for it, but then you don't necessarily, your first business, you don't really know what's all involved. What were some of those early challenges for you?
Yeah. So just trying to figure everything out. Because when we first started, we literally just had the pork loin and we were making some pulled pork. Didn't know, to be honest with you, didn't know what to do and things. So but we cook everything on Traeger grills. So the first thing was to buy a pull behind Traeger grill, and kind of go from there. We can put about 600 pounds of butts on those grills to get everything ready, which again, we cook everything from the sides and everything off those grills. So so we started small and just tried to figure it out the best we could.
So now in 2025, it's expanded beyond just having the trailer. There's catering and things like that involved. How did that transition happen from just having the trailer to expanding to where you are now?
So we knew when we got the trailer that we would start doing some catering events. Actually, our first event that we did was a wedding north of Fort Wayne for 500 people. Wow. And that was a big one. And like I say, definitely shot from the hip as far as that goes. But at that time when we were catering, like we literally just had pork loin, green beans, and some mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
That was it. We kept it simple until we could get our feet wet. I mean, and try to figure some things out. So we did used to take the trailer quite a few places. We would hit up. There was a winery that was in Middletown on a Thursday evening. We would go to it from time to time. And when Tipton first started the the first Thursdays,
first Fridays,
excuse me. Yeah. So we went to that every Friday when they had that, and I know they still have events like that. It's just life got busy. You know, it is a side hustle. So like I say, I guess we've kind of been picking and choosing a little bit. We'll do some things for Hortons and things with the trailer in town. But today we only take the trailer to the county fair and the pork festival.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
Just kind of to stay right here and things. We know each day if the weather's good, kind of what we need and how to prepare for that day.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
So most of it is now towards the catering side of things.
Yes. A lot more towards the catering side of things. Just with it being a side hustle, it's just so much easier to plan throughout the day. And if we can do things for a Saturday, my personal job, it does take quite a few Saturdays, so I can pick and choose a little bit what we do there. Yeah. So, and we'll hit some corporate events through the week. Like I say, my personal job, I mean, could have everything cooked by 7:30, 8 a.m. Put them in hot boxes. They'll stay hot for 5 hours or so. And then Jenna can either run them to that business, or I could take a lunch and run it to that business too.
Yeah.
So it works really, really well.
Nice. So talk about the menu today.
Okay.
Now you started with just the one item, but what all has it expanded to now?
Yeah, so our next one was the chicken bacon ranch wrap. Chicken bacon ranch has been, I don't know that, I know you guys are going to ask what's our number one item, and which, to be honest with you, everything sells pretty evenly.
Okay.
Very evenly. So we added that, then we did the ribeye sandwich, and then we threw the spud on, and we sell those very, very well. So we always run out of them. They take 2 hours to cook. They're great big 1 pound baked potatoes that take some time.
Yeah.
So,
So what does the catering side of things look like? Is it, just a set, you get a meat, vegetable, and potato?
Yeah. So you can pick what you want. We have the menu, and this was 100% a learning curve from how our menu was originally to how it is now. So we have everything by the pan, how much those pans serve, and that's how we sell them. So you would call me and say, here's a menu. I want the brisket, pulled pork, blah, blah, blah. And then what sides. It seems like here recently, the brisket has been our kind of our number one that we've been cooking more of on the catering side of things, which on the catering side of things, we do not have the brisket in the trailer for the festivals. They just take so long to cook and things. So just the timing.
Yeah. How do you manage the day-to-day? And I know we were talking before that you have employees, but how do you manage it, especially being a side hustle where you have a full-time job, but you have to plan not necessarily plan events, but you have to plan the food for events and then coordinate staff, coordinate getting the food there. How does that look for you?
Yeah. So it's gotten a lot simpler. One, that GFS delivers, Sam's Club delivers for an extra $10 and things. So that has helped out a lot. And majority, actually pretty much all of our stuff we can prep the evening before, like on a Friday evening, and then have everything ready to roll Saturday morning for a wedding or an event on a Saturday. So it's not terrible. I know my wife would say, hey, I can tell when you got a big event coming up and things and stuff, and like I say, as long as the grills are working, in which just like anything else, stuff comes up. And something doesn't work quite like it needs to. But like I say, we've done it enough and know those grills backwards and forwards. And as I was working on one yesterday, after an events that we had on Saturday, but like I say, just as long as the equipment's how it needs to be.
Yeah. So this is just me not knowing or being familiar. Where do you source all of the meat from?
Yep. So all of it is a little bit different. So the pork loins we actually source straight from Tyson.
Okay.
And the butts, they're just shoulders, bone-in shoulders. I'll either pull those from GFS or it's called Stan's Food Service.
Okay.
A lot just depends on what I can get the best buy on that for. Because those shoulders, gosh, they're on the grill for 13, 16 hours that get smoked. A lot of our red meat, we'll source either from GFS or Sam's Club. There's really not that many corporate, I guess, places where you can get beef. It all kind of funnels from the same place. So we do get a lot of questions, do you guys grow this yourself or source it locally? We would love to, but like I say, we'll order 650 pounds of shoulder at a time. And it's just hard to get that locally and those quantities.
So you've built a really strong local following. What do you think has helped contribute to that over the years since you started in 2016?
The community has been great to follow us because that's what, setting it up at the fair for multiple days or even the pork festival. We call them repeat offenders, that just keep coming back and things. And, when you see somebody come up, exactly what they're going to order. So like I say, we appreciate the community for coming out and supporting us. Cause like I say, it is a side hustle that looking back now from when we did start to how we are now, it's 1,000% a God thing. How everything's came together.
And that's something I want to transition to and talk about next is you are someone who's open about your faith. How does that guide your business decisions or how you run the business? With it being a side job, it's a little different, but how have you incorporated that into the day-to-day of your business?
My faith has grown tremendously over the years, especially from what I was always knowing God, but maybe not following Him altogether. And like I say, my faith has just gotten so much stronger as I've grown and matured. And I hate to say that, but I'm hoping that I can instill our faith that Jen and I have into our kids, and then to share it. Because that's what we're here for, right? We're supposed to spread the gospel and build His kingdom. And that started at the trailer. I always just had a speaker out there, and I started playing Christian music at the county fair. I don't remember the year. There's a gentleman that he had a tent behind us, and he'd come up every morning, and I just had the music on, as I was getting things ready. And he's like, "Hey, I really love this. I love the music you're playing." And he goes, "I needed to hear that today." And I was like, "Oh, that's great, And then he would just kind of listen. And then when he left, he had a bunch of trinkets that he had for sale and things. He left. the next day tore all his stuff down, and then he put a cross on one of the grills that he had for sale and things. And that cross I hung up in the trailer. And I was just like, it was just I knew where it came from and what it meant. And I was like, yeah, it's working. Something so simple as just having the music playing. And then obviously now I turn it up a lot louder, just being bolder, I guess. So, and then we actually 2 years ago, Travis and Brittany Scott, they help us a lot with catering events. So I asked them, they sing quite a bit and they lead the worship for their church. And I was like, hey, at the pork festival, would you guys be open to setting up outside the trailer, for an hour or so and singing and just worship music? And they're like, absolutely. And the first evening that we did that, there were so many people, and to watch people and little kids walk by and just hear God's word and then just walk away singing it. I was just like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool.
That's awesome. Are there ways that you incorporate that into the way you work with your employees? I don't know exactly the structure when you said before and you had employees. Are they helping out just at the catering events, or is it just the two that you mentioned there?
Yeah. So when we go to the catering events, to be honest with you, like all of our help pretty much just comes right before. I mean, I generally get all the food ready and cook everything.
Okay.
They just kind of hop in the truck and say, hey, this is what we got on the menu. Here's where we're going. And a few of them will go by themselves. And then we've had all kinds of help from definitely family members. That's kind of where we started. I felt bad that we were exhausting all of our family members with, hey, I need help. And everybody doesn't like that one family member who's always moving, right? So that's how I felt like, But we do have a good group. We'll even have some high school kids and stuff come help. And then, because originally we had a lot of family members working in the trailer, and then they'd go to events and stuff with us as far as the catering. But today, we have a great relationship with the Tipton cheerleaders. So Taylor Martin, we reached out to her to see if the cheerleaders would like to work in the trailer. So she can send multiple girls in there and a mom or a parent with them. So there's quite a few of them, and then we just do a sponsorship to those cheerleaders for those events that nice. They do. Yeah. So, and like I said, we've made good relationships with some of those girls that said, hey, if you guys need extra help, we do get some cheerleaders that aren't cheerleaders anymore. They're in college and just need to make a little extra money and things. Yeah. So no, it works out really, really well. And that relationship works well.
That's awesome.
So, and I love when the girls are in there and stuff, and the worship music's on and stuff, and they're singing it or they're listening to it for the first time, and it opens not a relationship, but a door for, if it is down, I will ask them questions, oh, you like that song, or have you heard that one before, and things, just to try to open the door a little bit, talk about the Lord.
That's awesome. Are there any fun memories or stories from the years from the either running the truck? Sounds like you have a very tight-knit group that you've worked with and really enjoy working with everybody. Any fun stories or memorable times over the years?
For sure. Had a cousin that sent her daughter up from Arizona that worked one summer in the trailer, and then had another cousin who sent her son down from Minnesota and worked out of the trailer and stuff. Yeah. So like it's just great that those extended family members can come. And then I mean, obviously they are quite a bit younger than what I am, and at least it gave me an opportunity, to spend a week or 2 weeks with those family members. Yeah,
so when you said family, you were really pulling from family all over the country. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and at the trailer, especially the county fair, obviously our kids show livestock in 4-H ingrained deeply. And I like to be out the grills and stuff, and the kids, ride by on their bicycles and stuff. And to be honest with you, the girls love to make the baked potatoes and things. So all the kids make the baked potatoes. So they go wash their hands, put their gloves on, and then just spend time in the trailer and things. So no, I like that portion of it, especially at the fair. So
Tipton does have such a tight knit community. What is it like being a part of that community and going to these local events, the big staples, the Pork Festival, the county fair, coming from your background with your kids showing animals and things like that? What does that mean to you personally?
Yeah, so no, it's great. And like I say, it's more just the following and the love and support that we do get from the community and things. So we do, certain things we do try to sponsor as much as we can. I mean, we do quite a bit for sponsorships at the fair, just because my wife grew up showing livestock, and we grew up showing livestock and things. So that's just so important to us. And we try to instill that in our kids. I know, like on Saturday, on the day that the hogs show, I don't cook. Thank goodness I got an older brother that he pinch hits for me on that Saturday to make sure that the grills are running and everything's done. Cause I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
So, because there are certain days in which I know our fair generally goes on a Sunday. We do not open on Sunday. We just, I told the fair board and stuff, like, hey, we're just not doing it. Because like say, if it doesn't fit in our schedule for certain days for the fair, like, the kids come first, and we'll worry about everything else. So there are a few days at the fair. I know this year if people came out that we weren't open, so my apologies for that.
Yeah,
so
that's all right. So let's do some quick hits real quick. What's your personal favorite thing on your menu?
Definitely, I'm a red meat eater, so definitely the ribeye out of the trailer, brisket off the catering.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your go-to local restaurant in Tipton besides cooking for yourself?
I guess it depends on what you're craving. So, Pizza King, is our go-to pizza. Like if we're wanting a really good pizza, we love everything at East Street. Their pizza's very good too there too. So, and I don't know, we go to multiple ones. I would say we don't have, a go-to.
That's
so
fair.
yeah.
Okay. Spread the love. Yeah. What's your favorite event in Tipton County? Not just, ones that you go to, regardless of the meat business. What's your favorite event?
Yeah. I know I hit on the fair, but I would have to say the fair, So yeah, I mean, just growing up and going to it. And I mean, my wife isn't from this community. I met her at the fair. So, I mean, I don't remember exactly what age she was when they started showing here, but yeah. So, yeah.
So she was around here and came to the Tipton Fair?
Yeah. So they lived in Rusheville and at that time, and then started showing at the Tipton Fair. And then actually she moved into Upland and still showed it at the Tipton Fair. And then she showed at another fair afterwards or later in her 4-H career. But yeah.
All right. What's the one thing you love most about Tipton?
Like you keep hitting on the small knit community. I mean, you pretty much got a idea who's who and what's what. And I mean, like a lot of people are related to someone else, in the community. So no, that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. This could be a loaded question because you already have a full-time job, but if you weren't doing the meat on the side, what is one thing you would love to do if there was anything else, or even, what's your dream full-time job or you might be in it? Yeah.
No, I'm definitely in my dream full-time job. So I've been very, very blessed. I went to college for livestock judging. Did that. Worked in the commercial swine industry for a little bit. And then I got a job in Kansas, fit and show pigs for a living. Did that for like 2.5 years. Loved it, and then got a show feed job. So I mean, I love my full-time job.
Yeah.
And like I say, I do get some flexibility with it, but there are some things like that I just can't make happen on the catering side of things.
Oh, that's awesome. You don't always hear about people who are, like for me, I got tired of my 9 to 5, so I looked for another outlet, and that's why I started my marketing business. But you don't always see somebody who really loves their full-time job.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's awesome to see.
Yeah. And we will cook. A lot of weddings will come from the livestock industry that we do cook. So like I say, need to give a shout out to those guys because they are great for that. There's a lot of people that we show pigs with that we've known them forever, and we've been blessed to be able to cook for their weddings or their pig sales or boar stud open houses. And like I say, that's just been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's next for the meat business? What's on the horizon? Kind of just staying steady and, hitting the catering events and going to the fair and the pork festival. What's it look like for the next couple of years?
I have no idea. There has never been we need to do this, need to do that. And like I said at the beginning, I mean, everything with the meat company has been 1,000% a God thing. At the time, I just thought we were trying to make some extra money.
Yeah.
Looking back, it is 1,000% how God works, and He puts the right people in your lives that can make things happen for you to better your life, to glorify Him. So when we bought the trailer, Jenna had a job. I had a job. At the time, we only had 2 kids, but we were still running, just trying to, I guess, the American dream, right?
Yeah.
More. But the meat company kept growing. At the time, too, I was doing another side hustle job. I was trading show pigs. And then I kind of, the meat company was getting bigger and things, and I could do it from home and not have to run all over the countryside. So like I say, fast forwarding to we have Brigham, that's our third, and then Conrad. Conrad was born 3 years ago. Conrad was born with disabilities, and we knew that Jenna couldn't go back to work. She needed to stay with him. And like I say, it's 1,000% a God thing, because if we didn't have the meat company, we wouldn't be able to make it all work financially. And that has made it all work and able for Jenna to stay at home with Conrad. Because, gosh, when we got home from the hospital, I mean, he started... first steps started coming in and doing therapy 3-4 days a week. So like I say, we just had to make sure that, that we don't worry anymore, I know you got to think about the future, but at the same time, I mean, we just don't anymore, you just, if he throws it in your lap, puts it in your hands, just make it happen. And that's what we're always trying to tell our kids too, is, whatever we're doing, whether you have success or you're losing, that those losses though can still help you glorify the Lord. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's awesome. Looking back, it's been, you're coming up on 10 years now. Is there anything that if you could go back and give yourself advice that you would about, running the side business and, starting something with no plan and just going for it? Is there anything that you'd like to say to yourself?
I don't know. That one's a tough one. Just because, like I say, we had no expectations. Yeah. And when Jen and I got it or started it, we didn't want to rely on that, on that money. It was just extra side hustle money that it helped get some debt away, or, it helped us so we could go do one more thing with our family or anything with our family. So like I say, that's how we always looked at it. What was that? And like I say, that has changed just since, like I say, 3 years ago, going on 4 years. We're going to get to stay at home because of it. Yeah,
that's fair. To kind of wrap things up here, what does the schedule look like for the rest of the year? If somebody has an event coming up, you don't have to give your exact availability and put you on the spot here, but are you booking more events in the future? What does the next few months look like for you, and how can people reach out to you if they do have an event coming up in the near future?
Yeah. So we actually just finished up our last weddings of the year on Saturday. Jenna was about ready to kill me. We did have 3 weddings on Saturday.
Oh, my.
Yeah. They went great.
Yeah.
And we could cook for about 1,000 people pretty easy.
Okay.
So we got a few big grills now, and definitely there's a buddy down the road that bought a grill just like ours. So if I do need to borrow one, I know where another big one is. Like, for doing it for so long, we have the timing down pretty well and things. Obviously there's something that always comes up. But like I say, we have the timing down pretty well. And just give us a shout. We can try to make it work. And if we can't, we say, hey, we can't make it work. We have had people call before they started booking their venues, that they wanted us to cook, and it's like, what days do you have available? We'll make it work, So that's always not nice to have. But I do know we're coming up on holiday season. We do quite a few Christmas parties for businesses and things. So just keep us in mind, and we'll try to make anything work. And like I tell anybody who calls us, like, if you don't see something on the menu that you want, we can accommodate and say, yep, we can try to do it, or no, because there's quite a few things on the catering menu that have got on there because someone asked for it, and I was like, oh, I can do this, we can do this, and it worked out really well. So
awesome. And how do people contact you, reach out to you?
So for a guy that does marketing full time, I'm not very good at marketing ourselves. I really don't enjoy sitting in front of these cameras and these microphones right now. I'm generally the guy on the marketing side behind the cameras. So we're just on social media, Facebook primarily. My phone number's on there. Cool. You can either message us on Facebook, or you can just shoot me a text or give me a call. So my number's on there. Awesome. And like I say, we're a different business. We don't sign contracts. If you call me, our word's good, know. So we write you in the calendar, and things would be good to go.
And for those watching on Facebook, we will tag them on Facebook, so it's a quick link right there to find their page. Give them a call, shoot them a text, whatever it may be, moving forward. So any big plans for the holiday season coming up to kind of wrap things up?
Like I say, there are some openings there for the holiday season. Other than that, personally, we do some windows at the church that has the nativity story through the windows at Rock Prairie Church. So you guys need to make sure you pull through. The kids normally come out and help set all that up with our committee. Nice. So just those kind of things for the holiday seasons.
Holiday seasons are great.
I know.
And it's finally the weather seems like it may be changing. Yes. So we're getting into that time. It's my favorite time of the year.
That's great.
Awesome. Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining us and sharing the story about how you bought a meat truck and turned it into a very successful side business for you and your family. So
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.